You're watching Your Best Friend, Crystal J. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Crystal J, and I'm back here with a surprise tutorial. I think you guys will really love this skirt that we're about to get into. And you already know my video is going to be 15 minutes long or longer. What you need with this tutorial is a pencil skirt of your choice. As always, rulers, markers, all the stuff you need to make a pattern, and your sewing machine, of course. So, first, I want to say thank you guys for liking that last tutorial, my last sew along. I really, really appreciate it. But let's get right into it. And your pattern paper. You can get this from Michael's, the dollar store. I seen some people say they got this from Walmart. There's so many different places you can get it from. So it's totally up to you where you want to get it from. Ah! You guys, I've been looking for this. It was under my sewing chair, and I guess when you move the sewing chair, you couldn't find it. Me and my boyfriend could not find this. My little wrist, and y'all seen my video. Okay, anyway, that was my side note. But anyway, and you need scissors. I don't know how I forgot to get that. I'll be back. And as the people who are new to my channel, you have two different types of scissors. You have your fabric scissors and your paper scissors. Your paper scissors are what you use to make patterns. You should never use the same scissors for your paper or fabric. So to preserve my paper, I'm not gonna cut that much. So I'm gonna just cut it now. And to make sure my pattern is right, I'm actually gonna cut on the fold of my paper as it was fabric. Just in case I have a beginner that is not comfortable tracing out their clothes yet, I'm going to take this paper. You see how it's rolling up? I'm going to take this paper and we are going to find a better project. Oh, wait. This is what I'm just going to put my holder back down. I'm going to fold it to the center. And the reason I'm doing that, because I did tell you guys my channel is beginner friendly. So I want you guys to be able to make things and not be afraid. I want you guys to not be afraid to do some of the things you're doing. You're not there yet, but guess what? I was once a beginner. They was once a beginner. Everybody was once a beginner or an amateur. That brain surgeon was once a beginner. You have to remember that. Don't try to compare your journey to somebody else's journey. They probably grew up in this industry, their parents, whatever. Anyway, I got my pencil. You're going to get your skirt. And you're going to fold it in half. You just want to make sure you get the right thing. So anyway, I'm actually going to need my wrist. Look at the flick of my wrist. Look at the flick of my wrist. Okay. So anyway, I'm not pushing it to the very top of my paper. I'm not sure if you see that, so let me move my camera. Okay. I'm not moving it to the very top because that's going to be my waistband part. And I'm actually out of elastic. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'm just gonna do a waistband without the elastic. Hopefully it come out right because I put elastic in everything. So anyway, I'm going to trace. Now we're gonna start tracing. And don't forget your hips got curves. See how I'm curving that? See how I went up? But don't forget you have to add seam allowance to your pattern. So we're gonna add seam allowance. Actually, I just thought about this. So this is a little blooper. I have bloopers sometimes. I'm moving this out a half an inch, or you can do 5/8 because I want to make sure that it is not tight. And so I'm moving it out just a little bit because I just want to make sure that it's not tight on me. So I moved it out just for me a half an inch. If you want to do 5/8, you can. I know a lot of designers do 5/8. But when I went to school, my teacher always told us that the industry standard was a half an inch seam allowance. So that's the one I've been doing for 6 years. And I'm not going to change it because everybody do 5/8. So you can do 5/8, or you can do what I do is a half an inch seam allowance. But that's what I was taught in school. So that's what I'm going to stick to. But that was 6 years ago, so it probably has changed. So now I'm about to add seam. Who is it? Who is it? I don't know about name Scott. I don't know about name Scott. I think you got the wrong apartment. I think you got the wrong apartment. Oh, no, food not here. I don't think I had her like her food. I know what he did with that. You scared me. I didn't know who that was. You see, I don't ask up nobody. I'm his girlfriend. I don't have a phone number. Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean. Oh, all right. So now we're gonna add a half an inch seam allowance. Like I always tell you guys, you add seam allowance to everything. But before I add my seam allowance, I'm actually gonna perfect. I'm gonna smooth out my lines. So what ruler am I getting? I'm getting my my hip curve ruler. You can get this from I'm trying to think because I just went in there. Sewing fabrics, sewingmachine.com. I think it's sewingmachine.com. You can get this from it's another store. It's like it's any art supply store you can get except Michael's. I did not see it as in Michael's, so I'm not going to say Michael's. It's like it's a store. I can't think of it. I used to go there in college all the time. All the time I used to go there. I cannot even think of their name right now. But go to your local art supply store. Maybe Joann's. And since Hancock is going out of business, I recommend going to Hancock to get it because you know they are closing and most their stores are closing this month. So I totally recommend that. So anyway, your skirt at the bottom, if you want to do a curve, you can. I do a slight curve. I don't do a full curve. And I know y'all wondering why I don't never just go right to fabric. Because I'm gonna always tell you guys, my channel is beginner friendly. And I don't believe in going straight to fabric because some people are not ready to go straight to fabric. Some of you guys are just now finding out that you love sewing. So I'm not gonna go straight to fabric. You can buy this fabric. You may be on a budget, a tight budget. And I don't want you to go buy the fabric and you mess it up in so many ways. Like you mess it up, and like I don't want that for none of my subscribers. I want you guys to feel comfortable when you go into making this item or whatever I'm showing you. I want you guys to feel like I got this. I don't want you to feel like I didn't have, you have questions, that's fine. And then always I will contact you, and I will like I will reply back. I don't care if it's 6 in the morning, I will reply back. Like, so I'm always kind of up. I have 2 jobs, you guys. So I'm always kind of. One of my friends said, I really have 3. I said, I don't count this as a job because I actually love what I do. So this is not a job. This is going to be my career. So we add the seam allowance. Now that we add the seam allowance, I always tell you guys, and now we're about to cut this thing out. We add the seam allowance to it. But because I know most of my subscribers are very modest, and that's very fine with me. I want you to go and add an inch. I want you to go add an inch to that bottom part of the skirt. I want you to go add an inch for your hem, just in case. Like just in case it's too short, but I know it's not. So I am getting older, and oh my God, you guys, I used to be a little hoochie mom. I used to dress so hoochie, but now I'm so modest. But I still like showing skin, but to a certain extent. So your waistband, and we get into this waistband up here. I want you guys to add an inch to that too. Ashley's gonna work on the waistband. I want you to add your waistband pattern. You're gonna cut this on the fold, so you're gonna go straight across. Go a little bit. I want you to add a half an inch to that pattern right there. To this, the skirt part, the one we're talking about. Add that. And we're gonna work on that waistband now. So now your waistband, that's gonna go based on your measurement of your waist. And it's gonna be nothing but pretty much a pattern piece like this. See this? A pattern piece like this. So that is 2 inches. 2 inches. So you're gonna get your ruler. I'm not gonna show you that because it's simple. You're gonna get 2 inches, and you're gonna cut it on the fold pretty much. Anyway, you got your skirt. So now it's time for you to cut your pattern. Now you're cutting your skirt. Just for once again, the reason I cut this skirt on the fold because I want it to be perfect. Have you ever seen something like, as a beginner, this is my question to you. Have you ever worked on a pattern, pulled it out, now on the fold, it's full out, and one of the sides are perfect, one isn't? So to eliminate that problem, that's the reason why I told you to cut this on the fold versus me pulling the whole skirt out and tracing the whole skirt. Because this is how we know both sides are exactly the same and it's nothing different. And to answer one of you guys' questions, somebody said they trace their clothes and they come out too small every time. It's simply because you're not adding seam allowance to your stuff. Before your whatever you're trying to make is made, they add seam allowance to it. So because you're just tracing it, and in the industry we call it rub off. Since you're just rubbing off the pattern, and you're not adding seam allowance, of course it's not gonna fit. It's gonna fit that size smaller than you because you didn't add proper seam allowance. So you can't be mad at anybody but yourself. But then again, you're a beginner, so of course you don't know that. So anyway, this is your skirt. We got our skirt now. So as always, I always tell you guys, hold on, you guys. I always tell you guys, I want you to label your pattern. You made it, that's okay. Label it. This is your a pencil skirt. I want you to write the name of your company, the size. I forgot what size it was. I bought this like 2 years ago. I didn't think gaining weight, y'all. Oh. Large. Okay. So anyway, you're gonna write the name of it. Usually have a marker so you can find a word. Okay. So right now you're gonna write the name of whatever it is. So like I said, you're gonna write the company. My company is Amore Lore. So I write Amore. Allure. What is it? You're gonna write pencil skirt. What's the size? That goes in this line. Size large. You circle the size. How many do you cut? You cut 2. Circle the 2. Is this the front or back pattern? It's both. Front/back. So it should look like this. I don't know if you can really see it. So it should look like that. A more pencil skirt size, and all of this should be on your pattern. Now like a professional pattern. So we got that. So now we got that. Now we're gonna go right into the fabric. Now get your pattern weight. I'm actually using counter holders from IKEA. And this part we're gonna use, so don't cut it near the fold. Come as much to the salvage part as possible. We're actually gonna use this part. So make sure your pattern is flat. So we're gonna make sure it's flat. Well, it's not flat. That's where your pins come in handy. Your pattern weights are not doing its job like mine are not right now. You're going to pin it as well. All right. Okay. So it's flat. Now you are going to cut your pattern onto your fabric, but make sure that your pattern is flat. It's flat out. And once it's flat, start cutting. On this top part. Now you got your skirt. See this pattern, this fabric don't have right or wrong sides. So I want you to sew going straight down. Using the same color thread. You're going to sew a straight stitch down and down. And pretty much your skirt is done. So that's one thing. And then we're going to do a roll over hem for your hem. I'm not going to show you that. I'm trying to not have my videos at 30. I try my hardest to have them at 30. I'll get on this machine. I'll be right back. And I'm going to show you the last thing you're going to need to make this skirt. And if you make my items, please tag me in it. Hashtag Amore YouTube channel. Or if you sell it, I just want to see it. I'm not like, oh my God, I want profit. I just want to see if you guys really understand what I'm trying to say. So that would really help me know if this sewing alongs are helping you guys. If it's not, I can go back to my business talk. But I'll be right back. Here is the skirt. Thank you guys for watching my pencil skirt tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in my next tutorial. I really like this skirt, y'all. So comfortable. As always, the link to my sewing group is at the bottom of this video. Live, laugh, sew. As always, I hope you guys love this tutorial on this pencil skirt. This is my sew along. I have more tutorials coming. I have so many tutorials for you guys. It's like crazy. Um, Thank you for letting me in your house, wherever you watch me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want feedback from everybody. So if you watch me, feedback me. I like feedback. Thank you.